Hello, curious minds. Some grown-ups carry a secret from when they were small, a secret that shaped how they see the world. Imagine being 5, but instead of playing, you are trying to keep everything safe, like wearing an invisible backpack full of adult worries. Psychologists call this parentification, and it rewires the brain to always be on alert, a radar dish for trouble. Why do some people seem so responsible, yet struggle to relax or even feel playful? In this gentle journey, we will explore why some children become little adults and how naming what happened can open the door to healing. Maya wakes up before the sun, her small hands already busy with the day's jobs. She quietly tiptoes past her mother's closed door, careful not to make a sound. Breakfast does not make itself, so Maya pours cereal for her little brother, wipes the spilled milk and packs his bag, checking twice for his favorite toy. While other kids are still dreaming, Maya is already thinking about what comes next, who needs what, and how to keep the peace. At school, Maya's mind is never just on the lesson. She wonders if her mum will have a good day or a sad one, if there is enough food for dinner, if someone will get mad at home. When the bell rings, she does not run to the swings, she heads straight home, her invisible backpack growing heavier with every step. Inside it are things no one else can see, worries about bills, a list of chores, and the hope that if she does everything right, maybe everyone will be happy. Maya cooks pasta, folds laundry, and listens carefully to grown-up problems. She tries to be extra good, extra helpful, so the world will not fall apart. This is called parentification, when a child takes on jobs meant for adults. It is like carrying a backpack stuffed with invisible bricks. Each time, Maya fixes a problem or soothes a stormy mood, another brick gets added. While other kids play tag or build forts, Maya is building calm out of chaos, one careful choice at a time. The load is silent, but it is real. And even though Maya is still a child, her days are shaped by responsibilities much bigger than she is. Some children who spent their days carrying invisible bricks grow into adults who never put the backpack down. In one world, you will find the high achiever. She is the first to arrive at work, the last to leave, her calendar filled edge to edge. Every task is done perfectly, every email answered before sunrise. People call her reliable, a star, but they do not see the cost. Under the polished smile, her shoulders ache. She works and works, hoping that if she never drops a ball, maybe she will finally earn a rest. But rest feels risky, like letting go of the only thing holding the world together. In another world, there is the hyper-independent loner. He learned early that asking for help could backfire, so now he trusts only himself. His apartment is quiet, his phone hardly rings. He fixes his own sink, solves his own problems, and keeps his worries locked away. Being alone feels safer than reaching out, because needing someone means risking disappointment. He tells himself he does not mind the silence, but sometimes the quiet is heavy. Both of these grown-ups carry echoes from childhood. One tries to outrun exhaustion by doing more. The other builds walls so high no one can see in. They seem so different, but both learnt the same lesson. When you are the one who keeps things together, you cannot afford to fall apart. The invisible backpack may change shape, but it never really disappears. These are just 2 ways children who grew up too fast show their hidden scars as adults. Inside Maya's mind, there is a radar dish spinning, always searching for trouble. Even when the house is quiet, her brain is busy, sweeping the air for any sign of a storm. This radar is not made of metal and wires. It is part of her, tucked deep in the brain, in a place called the amygdala. The amygdala is like an alarm bell. For kids like Maya, who have to be on guard all the time, this bell rings louder and more often than for other children. It is always asking, is everyone okay? Am I safe? What is the next thing I need to fix? When the alarm rings, the body listens. Stress chemicals like cortisol rush through the blood like a little engine revving up, ready to run or hide. At first, this helps Maya react fast. But if the radar never stops, her body never truly rests. Her shoulders stay tight. Her heart beats faster, even when she is just sitting still. Over time, always being on alert can make it hard to relax, to sleep, or even to feel safe in quiet moments. Maya's radar is not broken. It learned to work overtime because it had to. But brains are not meant to be on high alert forever. Just like a car engine, if you never turn it off, it wears out. Healing begins when Maya learns that it is okay to let the radar slow down, to trust that not every sound means danger. Her brain can learn softness too, once it feels safe enough to rest. Parentification isn't rare. In fact, studies show that about 15 to 20 out of every 100 people have grown up carrying this invisible backpack. These children often become adults who visit the doctor or therapist more, and some research suggests they make over 30% more healthcare visits each year. But these numbers don't capture the whole story. Many of these grown-ups carry a secret cost. It's harder for them to trust, to rest, or to let someone else take care of them, even for a moment. Imagine love as a kind of trade. For a parentified child, love can feel like a coin slot. You have to do something, fix something, or be extra good before you get a little warmth. Over time, this turns relationships into transactions. Instead of feeling safe just being themselves, they wonder, what do I have to do to be loved today? Dr. Luis Garcia is one of those people. As a therapist, he was everyone's helper. He answered messages at midnight, feeling responsible for every client's pain. One day, he realized he was always the therapist friend, even outside his office. Exhaustion crept in, and he finally took a break. In therapy, he learned his caring was like a winter coat, useful in a storm but stifling when the sun comes out. Shedding it felt strange, but it was the first step toward warmth and rest. For many, these coping styles are like heavy coats worn long after winter has passed. They kept the child safe, but as an adult, they can make it hard to breathe. Recognizing this isn't weakness. It's the start of learning how to feel safe and loved and cared for without always having to earn it. Healing can begin in small, gentle ways. One of the first steps is called witnessing. This means simply noticing the younger version of yourself, the part that carried all those invisible bricks. It is like shining a warm light into a dark room and saying, I see you. You did so much. Sometimes just being seen is enough to help the load feel lighter. There is also something called shadow work. Imagine you have a closet where you have tucked away old feelings, anger, sadness, even wishes you thought were too much. Shadow work is opening that closet little by little and letting those feelings breathe. It is not about fixing them. It is about letting them be part of your story instead of hiding in the dark. Another way to heal is inspired by kintsugi, the Japanese art of mending broken pottery with gold. Instead of hiding the cracks, kintsugi makes them beautiful. When you begin to care for your own broken places, you can fill them with kindness. Your story, with all its cracks and repairs, becomes something strong and precious, not in spite of what happened, but because of it. Numbers can tell a story too. After 3 days at a gentle retreat, people who carried invisible backpacks their whole lives showed a real change. Their stress hormone, called cortisol, dropped by 23%. Their self-kindness, what scientists call self-compassion, rose by 40%. But numbers only say so much. The real turning point often comes in a quiet moment. Someone like Maya sits with her eyes closed, breathing soft and slow, and finally pictures the little girl she once was. She notices the tightness in her chest start to loosen. She whispers a name she hasn't spoken in years, her own as a child. For the first time, she lets herself feel proud of how hard that little girl worked, how much she carried. In that moment, Maya's heart grows softer. The backpack feels lighter. The part of her that always had to be grown up finally gets to be seen and maybe, just for a second, gets to rest. Right now, millions carry invisible backpacks packed in childhood. Science proves those early weights shape bodies, hearts, and choices for years. But every person, no matter how grown up, can finally put some stones down. Softness is always an option. The future can be gentler. Thanks for listening and caring.